Okay, tackling a couple of jobs while the bodywork's drying, being ruined, being painted, whatever you want to call it. Having a go, I think is the term I'm using. So when I get the rear hugger on, now it caused a few issues with it not being on, which I sort of want to address, but I'm going to refit it anyway, but by the by. Rear hugger does make a big difference with deflecting all the rubbish up here and deflecting all the rubbish down there, which was pretty filthy and stone chipped, etc. So we might just give that a little with some stone chip, cover up everything else around it quickly with some paper and just spray in there. Can't really see, but it's kind of all white flecks on it where this paint is chipped off. Don't really like the tyre information on there, but it's quite useful, so we'll leave that for now. This had been reamed out and filled with glue and stuff, so we cut that out, ovaled the hole, and then rounded the hole and put a rivet in it, nice stainless one. Now, I can't see that it's going to interrupt with the chain, so let's say that's done. Since maybe you saw this, we've cleaned up all these bits which were greased up too, and that's really about it. So that's done, rear hugger sorted, but before we put the rear hugger in, I want to deal with this area here. So there's our riv nut, by the way. And then this area up there. Now the reason I want to address it is it won't take me very long. I say that, probably an hour. I hope you can see that clearly enough up there. Yeah, you can. But I tell you what, it's still dirty and I spent a long time cleaning that. And, well, ultimately, I don't want to have to keep cleaning it. So there's all these lovely little gaps and spaces and wiring and stuff up there. I don't want mud getting up. Now the exhaust under here is protected by the hugger, which gets to about here, and then it kind of just gets fired here. So I've got an old mud flap that I'm going to use as a template to cut a piece out, and then I'm going to use new mud flap. Now you can get this stuff in rolls, as I've done here, but basically you find it by looking up mud flaps, rally mud flaps, like 18 quid, and I said, oh, can you just send me a roll, not the 4 flaps, and I use it for making splash guards for all sorts. It's great stuff, really malleable, shiny, it's black, you can get it in red and blue, and yeah, I love it. It's really handy stuff. You just cut a section out you want, a couple of holes in it, bolt it to screw it to whatever you want. So that's the plan with this. Okay, so that's the kind of idea. There it is, had it placed by my hand. It was inconvenient for riding the bike, so we're going to bolt it in, cable tied in. So holes in the top to catch on those bolts, but that's the idea. So let's do what I just said. No, maybe just let them dangle. Dingle dangle. Loose in. A few threads go in, like so. Quench my thirst. And then long cable tie, we go in through the mud flap, that's what I'm going to call it, through the OEM mud flap. The mud flap protector. Who knew you could have mud flaps for your mud flaps? No one other than me is wiser, really. Till it comes to cleaning and I'm like, yay! Trim that nice and close. Like so. And maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll even clean it for you. Okay. Just clean. Oh, shiny. Not for long. This will be the last time. I think it's so lovely. Do not know which part of France I am from? I'm from the part where my accent changes quite rapidly. Oh la la. It is a problem no one had, and I made it a problem and I fixed the problem. Okay, moving on. Let's get the rear hugger on, I guess. Okay, so it seems like we have the recipe for fitting the rear hugger. We have cleaned the rear hugger. We have repaired the thread which had been lost there. It's now an M5, not M6, but that'll be fine. We've just given it a quick lick of stone chip back here, where it had not had the rear hugger on for a while and just absolutely annihilated stuff, so looks a bit tidier now than it did before. We've painted the little bracket which holds this piece on the brake line, and they share a bolt with that. And we fixed, as you saw previously, that little bolt there too, that little thread. So, with some stainless hardware, let's get it all fitted up, I think. That seems like the logical thing to do. Slide it that way. Do you need to put it on? Now I got this on before without the wheel off, so goes to figure that I can do that again. But that's kind of going the wrong way. That needs to come over here, please. Just behave. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah, I'm loving that. That'll do nicely. Dribble dabble. Yeah. Squeeze. Let's get that started in there. Let's get it started in there. And then we'll hold this side in place. Hopefully like so. Don't know why she won't bite. Why won't she bite? Goody goody. Yummy yummy. Fitty fitty. Right. I'll probably stick a bit of old wax. I'll have an old box of wax somewhere. I'll put some wax on it. No, who needs fairings? No, we'll get to that. So thanks for watching this weird one. Let's pretend things are going better than they are. No, they are going well actually now. This is looking good. This is looking nice. Very nice. End of the episode. Always the usual, the thumbs up, the subscribe, the suggestions about making this channel any better. Maybe you've got a good idea for some suggestions on that. I'd appreciate it. I really would. I wouldn't say no to any suggestions that you have. Let's get a nice little close-up of the old titanium bolts that are going on in there. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, all 0.2 of a gram per bolt save, which, you know, critical. Yeah. Right, see you later everyone. Thanks for watching. Rear hugger installed.